admit, the camera work really does not do it justice. That's just pegs. We're back and we found a spot to camp. We're in this big pine forest. Car park is just there, but this is the best I can do. It's getting on a bit now. I think it's just gone 6 o'clock, which isn't great. So we're not too far from the road, we're not too far from the car, and the fairy pools are about 10 minutes down the road. So I'm hoping for a clear day, because the Isle of Skye so far has been the Isle of Clouds. I haven't been able to see anything. The old manor store, nothing. The only thing I saw was the Skye Bridge coming over. So the footage might not be great, but I'm hoping for a clearer day tomorrow. Can't even check the weather because I've had no signal wherever I've been. Totally off grid by the cars flying past. Right, so we're all set up. Just again, 3 metre by 3 metre tarp today. Hammock, sleeping bag, and my pillow. My pillow and my hammock, as you can see, they're a bit wet. I put my hammock and my pillow in the same like pouch thing as my tarp that got a bit wet last night. So once I get the fire going, I'll prop that pillow up over it. Hammock's just, I won't feel it when I'm in my sleeping bag, but it is really wet. And see the colour contrast. Crack a tin, eat, get the fire going, get some tea on. I've actually bought something for tea from the co-op before, so we'll see what that is. Right, we're actually camped in like a marshland, and everything's absolutely soaked, even like the dead branches that have fell onto the trees. Everything is absolutely sodden. My knee's getting soaked now, so we might struggle to get this fire going or keep it going. That much on there, and we've got the finest stuff we could find. There you go, absolutely soaking. And after that, put the bigger stuff on. No joy, gonna try and find some other way. If someone wants to come tell me that I can't light fires, then I'll let them have a shot at lighting one, because there's no way this forest can burn down. I can't even set fire to a fire. Oh, it's going a bit. Right, I'm having to get my dinner on now because I don't think I'll be able to keep this fire. What I've got 2 burgers, but I'm only going to cook one of them. So if I can just get that burger cooked, then I'm happy. I don't need the fire then. So we're just going to let that cook away. Hopefully we get cooked all the way through before it goes out again. And then that's us good enough for fire. I can deal with the midges, but I need food. I ain't had out to eat since that gammon bun this morning, if you watched episode 1. We've gone out about 4 times. I keep having to move. Once it goes out, I move the twigs from the outside to the in, and then I use this fire blower, which is red hot. I use this. It's just a telescopic, like wand if you will. You just blow it, and it gets the fire going again. It just feeds the fire oxygen. And without that, I would not be eating tonight. There's two young Slovakian ladies that have just walked in and asked to camp with me. I tried to talk them out of it. They're just going to pitch up behind me, behind my tarp. I don't know how I feel about it. I came here to get away from people, and now there's people who just camp behind me. I do have some good news. My burger is cooked all the way through. Buzzing, because that fire's just dead. Nothing's happening there, so I'm just going to pour a bit of water over that to stop it smoking. Right then guys, I'm just going to chill out with a few beers. So there's not going to be much recording tonight. But hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get some actual sightseeing done, because the sky will be much clearer. Catch us in a bit. Right, so that's night 2 done. I had a good night last night actually, and I was moaning about there's been lots of people here, but them two Slovakian ladies, Sophie and Susie, were really nice. They offered to cook me dinner, they brought firewood, etc. And I shared my beers with them, and they were really funny. They could speak like 4 different languages. But that just shows me that people are actually nice, and I'm just ignorant to the fact that I'd prefer to be alone. But I actually preferred the company of some people last night rather than being on my own, because I've been on my own for 2 days. Anyway, that's enough of that. On to the next spot, and it looks clearer than yesterday, but it still doesn't look too clear enough to see the mountains in the background, because we're on our way to the fairy pools now, and then behind the fairy pools is the big mountain range on Skye. So we'll get heading there. So that, everybody, is the fairy pools. That beeping is just it's just my drone returning to home. But we're getting there. Alright, I'm getting absolutely eaten by flies again. They're everywhere. Oh, come on, follow me. Fucking hell. Right, it is coming back. Sorry for cutting off there. Them flies were unbearable. But that is the fairy pools. As the footage shows, it is quite a way up there. That path is... I went about 2 kilometres up it with the drone. And as you can tell, I'm not much of a walker. So I didn't fancy doing that. And I didn't fancy paying the £8 to park for an hour. Not for me. So I just pulled up on the side of the road, sent the drone up. Easier. Anyway, next port of call is, I know at the end of this road, and if I turn left, carry on for a couple mile, there is a shower block. So I'm going to get a nice warm shower for our long trip through the Highlands up to Ullapool, which will be the point where I turn around and start coming back. Me and Ben actually stopped at that pub down there last time. Had fish and chips. Oh, they serve breakfast. Might have to stop there. I may have put too many pound coins in. Oh, sorry mate. No word of a lie, I feel like a new man. That was gorgeous. A few things happened to me just in there actually. I realised I forgot a towel, so I'm having to use one of my t-shirts that I brought. And I was actually recording all the water on the floor, and then I forgot to lock the door of the shower. So some old fella came in, just opened the door and locked eyes with me Starco. I don't even think he spoke English, so I was like, sorry mate. Oh well, it's all good fun. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to nip up to that old inn and have a coffee on the lock front, and then we'll be on our way. But I feel ready for the day anyway. You're probably telling me voice how much better I sound. Fuck off. Just had a wasp all up in my face. Don't like that. Don't do wasps. Sheeps. Oh, sorry mate. They're everywhere. Or is that the same one? Is there a nicer place in the world to sit and have your coffee? I don't think so. Bit hot though. That was nice, that coffee. I wish I got some food though. I'm saving myself for this seafood spot in Ullapool. Seafood Shack it's called. Sorry. Yeah, they sell langoustine, which are like little lobsters. I'm basically just doing the same trip again, just recording it this time. Anyway, we'll get back on the road. Singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Gotta ask yourself the question, where are you now? And so we stopped here yesterday, but you couldn't really see much. Sligachan. But this is what Sligachan looks like. There's still cloud coverage. That big mountain in the middle is absolutely massive, and the mountains behind us that you're seeing to my right, that's that mountain range that we were camped near last night. But yeah, lovely spot. So I've got to fuel up again for the third time. That'll mean I've done somewhere between 700 and 800 miles so far, and we still haven't even got to Ullapool. So yeah, it's costing a bit, but that's pretty much the only cost we've got. I haven't really spent much more. So we'll get back on the road and get fueled up. Right then guys, we are back on the mainland. Probably drove about half an hour from Isle of Skye now, just checking in. Instead of taking the main road through to Ullapool, which is the Inverness road, we decided to go over the mountains and into the valleys. It's a good drive this from Isle of Skye to Ullapool, going through the North Coast 500 path. There is a big waterfall on the way that I'm going to get out and show you. It's beautiful. It goes from flat to nothing. Nowhere to hang your hammocks out here. It is just barren wasteland, but it's beautiful. I just wish it'd be a clearer day. It's misty and murky again. The weather hasn't been too kind to us in terms of visibility, which is a shame because the whole of the west coast of Scotland, visibility wise, is one of the best places in the world. But I think all things considering, so far we've got some good shots. And I think I've seen the sun once in the 3 days I've been up here so far, which isn't good. I've just pulled up at the waterfall that I mentioned earlier. Got my shoes on, got my coat on, ready to go. Just about to open the door, and the heavens open. And I don't think that my drone is waterproof, so just going to hold off for 5-10 minutes or so to see if we can get some good footage, because it is a beautiful waterfall. Right, so the waterfall we're going to see is called Victoria Falls, and it is just on the south coast of Loch Marie. I have been here before, but I didn't get any videos or photos, so I'm coming back again, and I forgot how steep this hill is. But I really just wish it was clearer, because behind me there is one of the biggest mountain ranges in Scotland, but you can't see any of it, which is a shame. But we'll be able to see this waterfall. Oh, I'll bring his back. You don't want to hear me breathing. I hear a waterfall. I see a waterfall. So here is Victoria Falls. I'll try not to falls. There we go, travelling right down. And I'm pretty sure there's a big drop off there. You can see the canopy over that way. So we're going to go head over to that canopy and look at it from the other direction. But there is some water coming down there. Well, there's the view from the observation deck. So that was Victoria Falls, which links Loch Garbhaig to Loch Marie. So all that flowing down there is flowing into that loch that we're driving past. You may have been able to see it on the drone footage. I'm still not the best with that drone. When I mean to go right, I go left. When I mean to go left, I go right. Same front and back. So I actually just crashed into a tree in that footage. I might edit that out. So I'm doing the best I can to get some good footage with it, but you'll have to bear with me. Right, on to the next spot. Don't know what that is, but we'll bring you back. I must admit, the camera work really does not do it justice. It is beautiful. And buzzards just flying past there as well. It's just unbelievable, it's just so vast. Anyway, we'll carry on with our journey. We're pretty much at the most westernly point in the UK mainland now, minus Ireland. Beaches with golden sands, nice cove, very calm waters. That was just another waterfall I came by on my travels. It was probably about this time last year when I was doing the NC 500 that I was really stressing out, because there is just no trees to set up a hammock and tarp anywhere. So I was stressing out a bit, but obviously I brought me tent this time. So I thoroughly enjoyed this drive through the mountains. It's been unbelievable. And actually enjoyable this time. A lot and more enjoyable than yesterday, where I couldn't find a camping spot because it was too populated. And then I found one, and then people joined me anyway. Right, we are about 30 miles from Ullapool now, so we're not far off, but we're making ground. We should be getting there about 20 past 2. Which is fine, because I haven't eaten yet. I've been still saving for them langoustines. Yeah, I think it's langoustines, either langoustine or crayfish, it's one of them. We'll find out when we're there anyway, and I'll show you what all the hype's about. Now, we have arrived in Ullapool, and we're no longer a wild camping channel, because I'm at a Broomfield holiday park, which is just a field where you can camp, but it's like right in the centre of Ullapool, so it'll allow me to go around the pubs and give you a bit more different content to the usual. So slander me if you want, but that's what I'm doing. Bit of luxury. And they've got a laundrette, they've got showers, toilets, they've got absolutely everything. I think I'm on the furthest spot away from everything. But there's a pub next door, so we'll try and figure this tent out. One tent. I do have one issue. I don't know how big it is. I don't know if it's got all the bits with it, because I literally found it in my loft. I don't know if it's a 2-man, I don't know if it's a 6-man, but it looks big and it's heavy. We'll try and figure it out anyway. It's been about, I'll tell you, the last time I put a tent up was Creamfields 2019, so you're going back 6 years. But this isn't that same tent. I think this is my brother's tent. It's got 5 million pegs. It's not looking good. Right, we'll try and figure it out. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. Not gonna lie, I'm half tempted to go to one of the shops and just buy one. This is horrendous. I hope I'm doing it right. I mean, to be honest, I have no clue if I'm doing it right. It's that one? Can't be that one. Oh, wow. That was tough. Right. I've got this. But I can't see how that... I can't see how that stops all the wind getting under. I mean, it's not even big enough. What is going on? I should have got it out and checked. That's just pegs. So it looks like that's it. We're sleeping on this, and the wind's just going to come flying underneath that. But it is what it is. It's not quite a hammock, is it? I've been looking for somewhere to hang my hammock. There's a tree behind me, but it's practically somebody's garden. So yeah, cheers to whoever's tent that is, because it's not mine. I'm glad I brought that yoga mat now. It's going to make a massive difference. Right, so I've just recorded a whole segment on this. I will post the full thing in the final edit. So I'll run through what we've got. We've got 3 creel caught langoustines, Ullapool hot smoked trout, mackerel pate, sweet cured herring, a local oyster served on a bed of salad with bread, an oat cake and garlic mayo. So far all we've eaten is the langoustines, which are here. They come as a piece like that, straight from the water behind us. And I've just realised I've eaten 3 of them, 2 of them, we got 3. It's got its shit pipe in. I ain't eating that. I know I've just had 2, but I'm not eating any more. Seafood's fucking rotten. And this all came to £22.50. Those of you that know me know that I probably wouldn't eat an oyster. And yours would be correct. Because I can't even touch it. That's disgusting. You can't go wrong with mackerel, can you, surely? Not mackerel. Trout, sorry, this is trout. Yeah, the trout's pretty good. Mackerel pate, I've tried that. That's not bad, but I'll spread it on top of the bread. Oh, this is the herring. I haven't tried this yet. That's pretty good. I might have that the other way around because that tasted smoked. I think the red fish is the trout. The white fish is the herring. Don't quote me on that. Well, that pink shit's good. Right, so I'm going to get tucked into this, and then we're going to head down to the pub, which is Well, I can see the entrance through the trees there. It's called the Arch. My tent is strategically placed to be 20 metres from it. Right, so I'll get this down me, or as much as I can down me, and then we'll see us there. Right, well that's me done. And as you can see, I've hardly ate any of it. Not a fan of seafood, as it turns out. And then I tried that oat cake, and it was just overpowered with seafood still. So I'm going to brush my teeth, and then I'm going to get a proper calorie intake. I'm back. And we've got the goods for Moretti for later on in the night, and some real food. Got a meal deal. And some chicken satay skewers. Alright, now I'll eat. Oh, that's proper food. So I'm having this issue where in my tent, let's come in, where in my tent, I'm getting loads of midges. And obviously I don't have any rooms for it or anything. So I was sat there in my chair thinking, how do I fix this? And the light bulb went off. The genius in my brain. I've done this. Well, I'm still technically camped in my hammock. Just lay my hammock down, put my yoga mat in there, sleeping bag, tied her up. Job's a good one. Anyway, I'm dressed up in me normal people clothes, just so I can camouflage in with them. And we're going to head off to the pub. It's 6 o'clock, so I've held off for a good while. But yeah, we're all sorted. Just to come back here and hop in the hammock inside a tent. Right, we'll head off to the pub. Now tell me this isn't the best beer garden in Scotland. That's why it's called the Arch. Yeah, so we just stopped for a pint in the Arch, a pint of Tennent's. It was £4.40, which I thought was really reasonable because back where I'm from, you're looking at minimum £5 a pint now. So we've had that. We're going to move on to the next one, which I think is on this corner. The Seafarers. Don't quote me on that. We'll see when we get there. Yep, the Seaforth was out the question. So we are in the Calais Inn. The Calais Inn. C-A-L-E-Y. Another pint of Tennent's. Tastes just as bad as the last one. But again, £4.80. It's not too bad. No outside seating area though, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, really nice spot. It is a hotel as well, and a restaurant. So I'll get this down, mate. And we'll bring you back at the next pub. Yeah, it is definitely called the Calais Inn that I've just been to, because the hotel is called the Caledonian Hotel. I would rate the first bar we went to probably 9.5. No, a 9. Yeah, we'll go over 9. Because the place was good, the pint was okay, it's Tennent's and it's not great, but it's got to be a fair test. So we'll give it a 9 and then give that one a 7.5 because there was no garden. Been told there's a good cheese shop here. I was speaking to a fella just outside the Arch Inn. Must be that one. West Coast Delicates. He travels from I didn't get his name, which is a shame, but he travels from the east coast of Scotland to the west coast just to buy cheese from this shop. So it must be good. So I'll be taking a trip there tomorrow when it reopens. So anyway, back to the pub reviews. First one, a 9. Okay staff, beautiful spot, decent pint. The second one, the Cali Inn. I was going to give it a 7.5 because the barman / waiter was French, and to the customers next to me, he was laying it on thick with a French accent. And then he came to me, I was like, all right, mate. And then he just kept going, all right, mate. And I like that. Adaptability. So for the adaptability, I give it +1, 8.5, which means the Arching is still in the lead, but that's a close second. We are currently on our way to the Argyle, which I've been to before. Beer garden's nothing special, but we're going to go sit out there anyway. Right, here we are. The Argyle Hotel. Pub dining with rooms. Let's go in and get our tenants. So we're in here, we may as well have a quick fiver on the fruity. Am I allowed out here? Is that okay? Ta. There we go. Right, so this is already the worst pub I've been to. The pints are £4.92. Where do you get the 2 from? Which is weird. Second, I've just lost a fiver on the fruity. And the third, I asked to go outside and she said, yeah, that's fine. And then I heard her on the way out and she went, he's just going to get eaten by Midges. So what? Well, there's no Midges out here. So I'm not going to rate it yet because I haven't tasted the pint properly. Yeah, it tastes like shit. No, I'm joking. That's actually pretty good, that. That's a pretty good pint of tenants. That's better than the other 2. But it still doesn't balance the books. I'll have a think about it and then we'll rate it at the end. Like I said, as for the beer garden, it's nothing special, but it's outside. 1.2 make is me speaking on the camera in front of people, or being on the camera in front of people is getting a lot better. I still don't like speaking next to people, if you will, because I get funny looks and then lose my trail of thought. I lose my trail of thought anyway, just speaking to the camera. But the more and more pints I have, the better I am at it. That might be the secret formula. Yeah, I think so. Customer service, I'd rank it. It was only that one comment, so I'll give it a 7. Pint, 7.5, 0.5 more than the other 2. Location, 7. I think I'd have to get it a 7. 7 out of 10, which is still average, pretty high. I think I'm being generous on that, to be honest. So that was the Argyle Hotel. What I forgot to mention was on the way in, the bar lady wasn't there, so I was waiting around for a couple of minutes to get my pint. And then on the way out, she wasn't there either, when there was some old fella waiting there for a pint. Don't know where she was, but she wasn't there. So that's going to knock it down to, I should knock it down by 1 or 2, but I'm going to knock it down by 0.5, make it 6.5. Anyway, on to the next one, which is just round this corner. That one. The Ferry Boat Inn. Got nice seats outside. We'll go in and take a look. Right, so here we are, the ferry boat inn. Pretty much not as quiet on the waterfront as the Arch. So I walked in, this door to my right, the door is literally right here. I walked in, walked to the bar and got served within 10 seconds. So bar staff 8. Location 8. And the pint see, I'm not sure if they're just getting better the more I have. So I think what I'll have to do is I'll have to make my way back down to test them again. No, that pint's it's another good pint. It was the most expensive, I think. You know what? This pub gets a plus 0.5 because it's the first beer coaster or beer mat I've seen in Scotland. Toilets are nice as well. Oh, well, there we go. The ferry boat inn. We're just speaking to a nice couple out there. They're staying in the hotel that we're heading to next, which is about 500 yards down the road. But they were nice. They're Scottish from Fife, where I'm heading tomorrow, really. Just across the Firth of Forth from Edinburgh. As for the actual pub / restaurant, I'd give it bar staff 8, pint, just going to stick with a 7.5 for the last one, and location 8.5, so I'm going to round that down to an 8 out of 10. So we've got, I don't know, I think that ranks second, third, or joint second, I'm not sure anyway. But here we go. The Royal Hotel Waterfront Restaurant and Bar. It was nice in there, not too busy, but it was £6 for attendance. I'd have been paying like £4 something for other places. So the price / customer service is getting a 6. The pint, again, 7.5. And then the place, really nice in there, to be fair. What did I give the Arch? 9.5. So I'll give that an 8.5. So I'll go 7.5. So that's the second worst, I think. So I'm going to go get some more food, go back to camp, which I'm not looking forward to, in a hammock in a tent. After tonight though, the story does not end here. We've got more, well, I'll say we've got more plans for tomorrow. We're not going home tomorrow, we're going somewhere else. And in true fat campers style, or true Ewan style, we're not going home, we're just going to wing it. We're getting one of these, getting some of these, and we're getting some chocolate brownies. Right, so we've done that pissed up thing where we're just going to the shop and buy everything that's in there, rather than just sit in the tent and eat it all, which if I stay in the tent I will do. We're going to go back out for another pint because that's miles healthier, and we're going to save this for our food tomorrow. Well, it looks like I've become a bit of a lightweight in my old age. What's that? 6th pint, only drank half of it. Home sweet home. Oh, we are jam-packed full of midges. Right, so that's the end of part 2. Make sure you tune in to part 3 next Saturday at 9 AM to find out what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing either, so it'll be just as much of a surprise for you as it is for me. I'll sleep on it and then we'll see you in the morning. Catch us in a bit.